and welcome. My name is Frankie Joe, and today we will be debating about would having more ways to vote get more people involved in elections.
Hi, I'm Becky and I'm here to help you with deciding your opinion. Thank you so much to Frankie Joe for the great start to this video. You'll hear his points shortly. Elections are such an important part of democracy as a way to make sure your voice is heard, whether directly through referendums like that of Brexit or in general elections where you choose the MP who will make your decisions in Parliament. But in recent years, those turning out to vote is quite low. So would giving more options on how to vote encourage more people to take part? Or is something else the problem? You decide. So in this debate, you can either argue that more ways to vote would get more people involved in elections, or that it wouldn't. But before we get started with the debate, I have a question for you. Which of the following is not currently a way to vote in UK elections? Is it A, in-person voting at polling stations, B, postal voting, C, online voting, or D, voting by proxy? Which of the four potential answers will you choose? Pause the video, turn to your partner and tell them your answer. The answer was C, online voting. Now we're going to share reasons for both sides of the debate, then it's up to you to think of the rest. Let's start by thinking about why you might argue having more ways to vote will get more people involved in elections. You might be thinking that more convenience would lead to more voters. There have already been debates in Parliament about making polling day a bank holiday so people wouldn't have to work, or having mobile polling stations to make it easier for people with busy schedules or limited access to polling stations more opportunities to vote and therefore potentially increase people who turn out. Now, let's hear a point from Frankie Joe.
More ways to vote get more people involved, like Braille and internet. Use a sound button so people who can't hear or have other disabilities.
Can you think of another reason why you could argue that having more ways to vote will get more people involved in elections? Pause the video and take a moment to think it over. Now, let's change positions and consider why you might argue that more ways to vote wouldn't get more people involved in elections. You might be thinking that those not interested in voting still won't vote with more options. Some people might not vote regardless of how easy it is due to voter apathy, which means when voters have a lack of interest or belief in the process. Now, for our last point against the question from the lovely Frankie Joe.
It can be confusing and it can make people angry. On a computer, they can be hacked easily on the computer.
Can you think of another reason why you could argue more ways to vote wouldn't get more people involved in elections? Pause the video and give yourself some time to think. Let's have the last words of our video from Frankie Joe to summarise his great points.
Voting on a computer is easier than using a pen and paper. This is harder for people who have abilities. So, voting on a computer is easier for people who can't see. So, thank you for hearing me out.